behind me. It's called Mortal Kombat, and we're going to talk to Aaron Brandis here about the game. Aaron, how does it work?
Well, basically, you pick a couple characters, you do maneuvers on the joysticks and buttons, you do moves, and
then what are you trying to get to? Fatalities?
Nah, there's a master guy you got to beat at the end. Fatalities are just what happens if you're really brutal to your opponent. You get an opponent, you can rip off his head or something like that.
Sounds like a pretty thrilling game, and this is the kind of violence that critics are pretty worried about. But you know, game makers are saying that games are going to become more visually violent and more sexually violent as adults buy more video games. I mean, it's a big money market, $50 to $60 a pop. Plus, some of the critics say, or they at least concede, that parents have to be there in order to pay for the game, so at least there's some discretion there. And game makers are also talking about a new rating system similar to the movies.
And that game made this kid obsessed with fighting games, from the way it looked to the skill it took. I still game now, but I never even dove into the tournament side of it, nor do I have a lot of friends who currently play. But as a lover of all fighting games, I went to EVO a few years back to experience how big fighting games have become. Guess what? Huge.
I had a trip to Japan in '98 where I was like the UK champion, but then went to Japan and then realized that I couldn't win there because I didn't know any data, I didn't know any frame data, I hadn't learned them, I hadn't studied the mathematics of the game.
Question, for those who don't know, like me, what is frame data?
Frame data is the body of work that the software communicates through.
Okay.
How you actually use your characters to do combat.
Great.
Frame data is the law that the moves abide by.
Okay.
So, you know, if a punch is 8 frames, then it's delivered in 8 frames. And
Cool.
that's the speed of the punch.
The
And
limitations of the matrix.
Exactly,
Got it.
exactly. So you'll know how fast the move is, how slow a move is, if a move can be sidestepped. There are so many things to think about in just how the moves operate individually. Then comes combining them with other moves. Then comes defending against that and providing counters and things like that. So there's a lot to think about in real time at a very, very fast pace. So I think that's something that's very appealing to people that really become avid fans of the culture, because it's that attraction of this kind of hidden language. When you actually learn the format of the game and understand the system behind it.
The science.
Yeah, you realize, oh my God, this is so deep. And that's one of the things that got me into it. It wasn't that it's two people fighting. The fighting element, just that by itself, wasn't that big of a deal.
It's like chess.
It was these psychological elements to it. It was the fact that it's me trying to use my brain to outwit someone else's brain.
Right.
And when you accomplish that, that sense of victory is really addictive.
Yeah, fighting games got a bit more technical, and I'm not mad at that at all. It honestly helped me a lot with being patient and paying attention. What I didn't mention is that I entered the tournament, and this was my first major tournament at EVO, or Evolution Championship Series. I made it here in Vegas. Let's get it going. They had all types of hot old school games that I loved, and a bunch of games that were indie games. A lot of extremely cool art. And of course, at this was in 2023, they were debuting Mortal Kombat 1. This is my first time entering the tournament, of course, so I'm looking around for where I needed to go. I signed up, we got started, and I lost. At the time, I was playing MK11. They wanted everyone to have PlayStation 4 controllers, and I was already playing MK11 on PS5. I didn't really make it out my pools, for MK11. It's all good, but I got excuses, okay?
I hate that PlayStation 4 controller. I know, everybody loves it, but I'm used to PS5 because I didn't have the PS4, so that's what it is.
Since that visit to Evo, I've been back a few times. As you can see, it was a good time. Cosplay, being around people who share the same hobbies is always a good time. I wasn't able to make 2025, but I will certainly return in 2026. Until then, add me on PlayStation.